Imagine getting a call from your child's school, telling you your sweet, innocent 9-year-old has committed vandalism. But when you rush to the principal's office, she's not crying. She's grinning, ear to ear. And the truth behind that smile? Let's just say, karma arrived with a hammer, a bag of shattered lies, and the most legendary act of kid-level revenge I've ever witnessed. Before we jump in, if you've ever dealt with a fake friend, someone who used you, betrayed you, or tried to control you, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Because today's story is one of the most satisfying kid-friendly revenge moments you'll ever hear. This story starts like any normal school day. I was at work, halfway through my morning routine, when my phone buzzed with the school's number. You know that sinking feeling? Please don't let this be serious. Please don't let something bad have happened. But the moment I picked up, the voice on the other end was firm, cold, almost annoyed. "Hello. We need you to come to the school immediately. Your daughter is in trouble for vandalizing another student's property." For a second, I thought they had dialed the wrong parent. My daughter? The one who apologizes when people bump into her? The one who once cried because she accidentally stepped on an ant? I was shocked. My heart dropped, but more out of confusion than fear. But what really worried me was the tone. It felt like they'd already decided she was guilty. I grabbed my keys, left everything on the counter, and drove straight to the school, rehearsing 100 possibilities in my head. When I walked into the principal's office, expecting tears, fear, or at least some guilt, she was smiling. Not a nervous smile. Not a forced smile. But the kind of smile kids get when they win a game they weren't supposed to. And that's when I knew something bigger and far more interesting was going on. The principal, however, wasn't smiling. He launched right into a lecture. "Your daughter deliberately broke another student's necklace. This behavior is unacceptable. She intentionally destroyed another child's personal property and—" He was talking so fast, so aggressively, I actually had to raise my hand slightly just to slow him down. Because before anything else, I needed to hear the truth from my daughter. I turned to her, and she looked back at me with the most innocent pair of bright eyes. Except behind them, I could see a spark. A spark of confidence. Of justice. Of something that said, "You're gonna love this." I said softly, "Okay, sweetheart, tell me what happened." She took a breath, sat up a little straighter, and began. Last year, she saved her own pocket money, every coin, every dollar, to buy matching best friend necklaces for herself and a girl she was close to. She was so excited. She picked the necklace, waited for the delivery, wrapped it carefully, and the day it arrived, she gave one half to her friend. One half for her. One half for her best friend forever. Or so she thought. Because this year, everything changed. It started small, little drama here and there. But then it escalated. This girl began manipulating her friend group. Telling kids that if they didn't buy her items in an online kids game, she wouldn't play with them. Calling them names. Threatening them. Turning groups of kids against each other like some mini dictator running a playground empire. She told my daughter who she could talk to, who she wasn't allowed to sit with. And if my daughter didn't obey, she would turn everyone against her. And for a while, the plan worked. My daughter felt alone. Targeted. Confused. She would come home, shoulders low, voice quiet, pretending she was okay. But I could see through it. Eventually, she cut ties with the girl. She moved on. She made new friends, better friends. And slowly, her confidence came back. But fake friends rarely leave quietly. The harassment. Every day, this girl approached her. Not to apologize. Not to reconnect. But to demand. "Give me your half of the friendship necklace. I want to give it to my new best friend." Imagine the audacity. She didn't pay for it. She didn't own it. But she acted like it belonged to her. She demanded. She pushed. She nagged. Every single day. But my daughter didn't give in. Instead, she told her teenage niece and nephew, 18 years old, protective, and absolutely done with how their little cousin had been treated. And they had an idea. A wickedly therapeutic idea. Last weekend, they pulled out a hammer. A set of pliers. and a dramatic, exaggerated doctor's tray, like they were about to perform surgery. My daughter placed the friendship charm right in the center. They counted down. 3, 2, 1. The charm shattered into pieces, 7 or 8 sparkling fragments of a friendship that never should have existed. My daughter laughed harder than I'd seen in months. Every piece represented a lie, a betrayal, an insult, a moment she felt small. Breaking that necklace wasn't vandalism. It was healing. She put those pieces in a tiny baggie and tucked them into her jewelry box. But little did I know, she wasn't done. After another week of being harassed by the girl demanding the necklace, my daughter made up her mind. She packed the tiny bag into her school bag. And today was the day. During morning break, the girl stomped over, entitled as ever. "Give me the necklace. Now." My daughter reached into her pocket slowly, pulled out the tiny bag, and said loudly enough for the nearby kids to hear, "Here. You can have it. If you like jigsaw puzzles, you'll probably need some glue." Then, without breaking eye contact, she opened the bag and poured the shattered pieces right into the girl's hands. Not dropped, not thrown, poured, like the dramatic finale of a movie. The girl froze, staring at the pieces. Her face turned bright red. Not embarrassed red, furious red. Then she screamed, "You broke my necklace!" and ran to the teacher. And that's how we ended up here. Back to the principal's office. The principal looked at me like he expected outrage, punishment, discipline. But I tried. I really tried to be serious. I couldn't. I burst out laughing. Not a giggle. Not a snort. A full laugh. You should have seen the vein in his forehead. He looked like he was about to explode. I pulled out my phone, showed him the purchase receipt, explained the truth. It's her necklace. She is allowed to destroy her own property. And honestly, after what this girl has been doing, my daughter showed impressive restraint. Silence. Long silence. Finally, he sighed and dismissed us. And my daughter, she skipped, literally skipped, back to class. That afternoon, my niece and nephew called. They were so proud of her standing up for herself that they're taking her out for ice cream this weekend. Honestly, she earned it. The moment those shattered necklace pieces fell into that girl's hands, she finally understood. You can't bully people forever. You can't treat people like possessions. And sometimes, karma arrives in a tiny plastic bag. Sometimes, revenge doesn't need yelling, fighting, or screaming. Sometimes, it's quiet, calculated, perfectly delivered in 7 glittering pieces of justice. And the best part? It teaches kids the lifelong lesson: they are allowed to stand up for themselves. If this story brought a smile to your face, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments. What's the most satisfying kid-level revenge story you've ever heard? And as always, thanks for watching the React Sphere. More stories coming soon.